Welcome to Women's Health and Family Services Pillars of Wellbeing series. We want to be able to create some practical support tools for you whilst you're at home that can be done in various spaces around the home. They all will revolve around the 6 pillars of wellbeing, which are sleep, focusing on meditation and stress management, also on nutrition and nourishment, making sure that we get some daily movement as well as some yoga exercises and our breath practice as well. Being in tune with emotionally regulating and how to do this well with ease, and keeping our biological rhythms and grounding a sense of awareness that we can do daily by barefooting around the earth where possible. All of these pillars of well-being help us achieve our optimum well-being, and in this time of day, health is wealth. Some tips before we get started. We'd like to let you know that if you start your self-care at the beginning of the day, you're more likely to do it rather than putting it off later. Even getting up at quieter times when there's less people about is a good time for you to start your self-care at the beginning of the day. If you're at home, you may like to do your self-care at the beginning of the day with some soft music, some aromatherapy, making sure that you can see maybe a tree outside or an indoor plant to focus on, but surrounding yourself with nature. Another good tip is also just to place some nature noises so you can hear the flow of the ocean, or you can hear the sounds of the birds. Be aware of your breath during the day when you're practicing any of these exercises. The more that we're with our breath, the more we will notice when we have the physical tension in our body, in which we'll know how to release a lot easier to create more energy. Have some switch off periods where you're actually not going to be on your phone, you're not going to be on your computer or the television. It's really important in terms of the production of melatonin that we're not surrounded the whole time by screens. And this way you'll find that you will have better sleep at night as well. And practice feeling whole and healthy and grateful in this moment. We enjoy to show you our first series of self-care to care for others in doing some deep tissue massage. All you need is 2 tennis balls, ideally not the ones from the dog. Some nice clean ones if you can find them. They can have a little bit of give in them, a little bit of squish in them, that's okay too. But this is to offer you some options for deep tissue massage. Deep tissue can help prevent scar tissue. If we get in there early enough, it can also help with any kind of adhesions as well. However, deep tissue means it's going to be deeper, and if your pain thresholds are quite low at the moment due to any health condition, then be aware that you can go without balls. Okay. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to start by placing 2 balls at the occiput, which is at the base of the head. I highly recommend when you lie down for this that you bend your knees and you flatten your pelvis, so you flatten your back as you place the balls right at the base of the skull. You can hold on to the balls, and through the freedom of your pelvis, you're going to just start to move your pelvis from side to side and then push up through your feet, and keeping the balls in place, you can do some nice easy little tips with the pelvis, which will also connect through and communicate with what's happening in the shoulders. You can also stabilize the pelvis after freeing the pelvis, still holding onto the balls, and just allowing the head to tilt from side to side. You want the balls to be right underneath the base of the skull. It almost feels like a ledge, the occiput. And by just pressing into there, we can really allow ourselves to reach quite a few nerves and muscles that connect to any kind of tension. If we've got tension through the jaw, we can get tension through the temples, and we can also end up inhibiting the flow of oxygen through the blood and often leading to headaches. It's just the way the body tends to detoxify itself. The next one that we're going to show you is one that's going to help you release through the shoulder, through the neck, and through the upper back. We'll only need one ball for this. And just showing you from the back view, I want you to be thinking of so it's the area just by your scapula. So you have your scapula, your little angel wing, and you want to go between the spinal column and the scapula, so on the soft fleshy part. And we're going to be helping to get some deep tissue massage in that area. And whilst we do that, the great thing with this is that we're actually going to help floss, okay, as we do that movement, which will help glide a lot easier. So I'll show you with one, but obviously I'd like you to spend as much time as you need so you feel really great with this. Okay, so we come and place underneath the scapula, knees bent, and head in a nice neutral position if you can. And the first thing we're going to do is just reach up and pull down. So reaching up and pull down. So we're starting to get that massage in there nice and deeply in between the shoulder blades. The second movement is going to be a movement out to the side. So we're going to reach out to the side and then very, very slowly come back to center. Reaching out to the side and slowly come back to center. The final movement is an extension above the head, keeping the ribs nice and locked in so they're not lifting, and then slowly bringing your hand down. Now this is a more intense move, so if that becomes too painful, you can go back to the first or the second one, which was a reach and pull down, or an out to the side and pull in again. Excellent. And it really helps to release a lot of tension. Obviously you'll do two sides, so you give yourself a lot more time than what I'm telling you now. So once we've done behind the base of the skull, in between the shoulder blades, another great area, believe it or not, is just to simply work through our arms. We don't realize how much tension we hold through our arms. So the first exercise is to hold the ball nice and loosely with your fingers, and we're going to create a depotement all the way up the wrist flexors. It really helps to release quite a lot of tension. The ball can actually reach a lot deeper and you'll feel a lot more stimulation. You do on to the other side as well. Just a nice loose wrist. It's a gentle tap, nothing too fierce, but it certainly makes a difference once you've done it and you feel the stimulation and you connect back to your body, which is really important. We can also use the ball along the neck, just up and down underneath the occiput. And we can rub forward and back. If we can gain this muscle, we can release a lot of tension. Another way to get that without the ball is just with the fingers and just giving it a nice little decongestion, a little squeeze. You may have to bring your ear closer towards your shoulder. So for example, right ear to right shoulder. As you just squeeze, you're decongesting that. And once again, you can do that on the other side. The ball also, if you want it less intense, you can do exactly the second exercise we showed you between the scapula, just up against the wall. Enjoy, and remember these aren't just for throwing. They are something that's going to throw you a lot of relief and a lot of relaxation during this time. Take care of yourself, and remember that if you can take care of yourself first,